Hey guys, Dylan from Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you part 35? 34 of my Wizard101 Myth 100% playthrough. So, in the last episode, we had to end early because the game lagged out on us. So, we'll be picking up right where we left off with the Science Center. And I can already say that today the game's been a little temperamental in that it really didn't want to let me in when I was trying to load it up this morning. So hopefully that's not a sign of things to come, but yeah, if it is, we just have to persevere. Excited because we are some of the ways into level 38. Not 38. 68. Where'd I get 30 from? And that means that there's only a level and a bit before we gain access to a dungeon I've only ever done once. I got annoyed doing it on my storm because, well, the people I was doing it with were similarly leveled and didn't really understand the whole look up cheats and that, which by that point you'd think they would. Shut up, Zeke. There's Pippa. Piper.
It's a sad bit of work, and it will cause some difficulty later on, but it had to be done.
Alright, I should probably bring up the quest tree. Not immediately there. What is this, Celestia?
Now that the immediate threat they possess is over, it's time to get to the bottom of what caused the malfunction.
Let's go down to Science Center.
I found some irregularities in the cogitators of the steam trawlers, but I'll need to gather more evidence before I can be sure. Can you defeat some steam winches and recover their cogitators? Oh, and recover the cogitators from the steam trawlers you defeated earlier. If they've got the same irregularity, then that's the source! Science in action!
Fair enough. I really remember, like, the order of things in here. Just turn those two off, put those ones in. Because these ones are myth. At least, oh, I have to battle 3. I almost said, at least I only have to battle 2. But I don't. I do think that I'm getting sick because my eyes are stinging and my nose is half stuffy, so hopefully that's not the case, but it's irritating regardless of if I am or not. So might not be bringing the same energy to the next few streams. While my body tries to fight it off. And if I don't end up being sick, then I don't know what the issue is. Ooh, 4090. And they didn't drop any gear that I need to sell. Nice. Yeah, so by today's stream, I'm hoping, I mean, realistically, if we just hard pushed story, we'd be able to finish Celestia today. It's just a matter of, A, are we going to be able to do the Chancel and the Trial of the Spheres by ourselves, and B, are we going to be able to do it with the side quests as well, and with the whole stopping to do to do the Poseidon dungeon if we reach that level. Because about halfway.
I'm impressed. You took them apart like a born mechanic. Are you sure you don't want to give up the whole wizard thing?
No.
Now that I can identify the glitch in the cogitators, I can formulate a defense. We have a galvanic fence using power drawn from the galvanic towers, but it was deactivated by the Steambot revolt.
Yeah. Activate Leading jar. Thought there were 3 around this one area. Oh well. Side? Don't remember seeing any over on this side. Oh, but there are. Oh. Energize the towers. Ah, these little things, not the big pump thing. And the final one. The final one.
Excellent work. You've bought us some precious safety and managed to avoid electrocuting yourself. If you're willing to stay on and help a bit more, I'm sure that Engineer Montgomery will welcome your help. He's in the Arboretum right now. Just drop in and tell him I sent you.
Uh-huh. And who's the one that has the side quests? Science Center, Crustacean Empire. I got 2 of those left. Crystal Reactor, Calypso Cavern, Chancel, Trial of the Spheres. Oh, right, I did the crafting quests in between, so we'll do that when we have to go back to the hub area. It's Grace, eh? The name sounds familiar. Grace Conrad. Why does that sound familiar? Oh, well, they're both in here, so...
You seem to be interested in helping us out. I'm curious if I could have a moment of your time. One of the Aquabots stole some schematics I was working on, a restructuring to the design of our steam valets. I worry the plans will fall into the wrong hands and be used to restructure the steam valets arrayed against us. Could you find the Aquabot that took the schematics and remove them from its custody?
I don't really need to do this as quick... Huh. It's one of the collect ones. I found one of those in Dragonspire while I was traveling around.
Who's that there? Come any closer and I'll fry your gears with galvanic energy. Oh, my pardon. I thought you were one of them renegade constructs.
Nah, just a regular construct. I mean, wizard.
The constructs have run amok. Something's turned them bunkers and they keep attacking the expedition. I'll need your help locking things down around here, if you're willing to help. Can you, if you can, thrash a handful of them Hydra mix and steam valets? That'll do us nicely. So keep an eye out and give 'em what for.
Okay, so that's what hers want. This would be Steamboat attack. Let's see if there's any crossover or... Go. Hydromac and Steam Ballet. Automatron. So the quest Cogitator Investigator with Conrad Grace's second one. Is also powering up with her second one. Both because they take out the Automatron instead of the Hydromac or the Aquabot. Yeah. So Aquabot straight away, and then do a couple main quests, and then I'll get the one that crosses over with the Automatron. Hydromac, Automatron. No, that's really not a good sign. The fact that it took so long for that enchant to trigger. So one of my blades didn't activate. Not that it's needed, but weird. The aquabots. Ah, they're in the next. Yeah. Okay. One of the hydromechs spawned on me, so that works. I should probably Google. Wizard101 sided drops. Does sided drop? Oops. Schools. Just see, because if Poseidon only drops on school stuff, then there's no real point in me adding a bonus stream this weekend. Because I'll only have to do it like a couple times. But if Poseidon drops all school stuff, then that'd be an issue. Yep. Really? Did not collect from the Aquabot? Fine. Do it again. Couldn't find anything about Poseidon's drops. The only thing I could see was people complaining about the drops and how terrible they are. As in, like, the actual gear set is terrible, not that the drops are terrible. So, I don't know. find out later today about how bad they are. Jesus. Oh, hey, look. Could use that. I don't think Science Center came up as one of the places. I got mine from just running through the low zigzag, jumping realms, running back, jumping realms. Eventually I got up to all the ones required to transmute into Sunstone. Pretty much just exactly the same thing I did with the red mandrakes down in the floating lands. Okay, so we got 2 aquabots here. Surely should be able to pull 1 in 4. I wasn't paying enough attention to know whether there were actually 2 in the last battle, or if it was one of these and one of the Hydrobots or whatever they are. Yay. Grab that. Kelp. Grab that too. You know, I could have just jumped back. I've got the port right next to Thingo, but may as well grab the the steam valets as well. I do think they went a little too hard on the overall nerf of Celestia. I haven't seen one of those in ages. Because, like, having up until halfway through be worse than the final area in Dragonspire, and also having the entire thing be worse than some areas of Wintertusk, which is meant to be done between Dragonspire and Celestia, is questionable. Like, I know Wintertusk is a side world, so they really shouldn't be comparable. I just think they made this a little too easy. Like, I get that it was one of the major roadblocks for solo questing people. I had very little issues when I was soloing on Storm. And the only reason I had issues up until this point, when I was doing my death playthrough a few years back, was because they kept using Myth Imp. I've not seen a single Myth Imp this entire run so far, so... yeah, the ones up on the floating lands used to throw Myth Imp all the time. It annoyed the shit out of me as a death player, having all my death spells dispelled. was a weird choice, considering there's not that many, like, death enemies, especially on Celestia. That was their counter when there's no, like, other schools that have a spell like that. Like if there was a say, Storm Imp that took out Fire and Ice, or
Wonderful. They're a bit soggy, but none the worse for wear.
like an enhanced Imp for
I'm
life
reviewing these schematics
that
now,
did Death
and
and
I'm
Myth.
almost ready to implement them. Could you assist me? I'll need an actuator from one of the steam winches and a hydro spanner from a watermaton. Can you fetch them for me?
You probably have to go into the Arboretum to find them. Happy hunting!
Probably even wouldn't need to be an Imp. Just each class has their own one that blocks
now,
the other
let's
two.
get to work putting things back to right. One of the first orders of business is to get the power running. That'll help us immensely. Can you go and assemble my toolkit from where it's been scattered? Them renegade watermatons, spread them near and far. Come to think of it, while you're at it, you can use them on the generator to get it back on its feet.
Steam winch is over here. It's such a weird spell for them to have. Myth mouth. No, that makes sense. Look at those. Grab the engraving tools. Back to the We should be getting somewhat close to at least the middle of this area.
Engineer Montgomery's instructions, you repair the generator.
It'll be interesting because as soon as I finish this area,
Good work! That'll make an engineer out of you yet.
I will be the second furthest I've ever been.
You're on a roll, my young friend. Now let's get the power here back up and running so as we don't have to depend on you.
Rude.
Can you go to the galvanic towers and reset the power relay to send the juice running this way? It's right simple, really.
Oh. I thought they were going to be more spread out around the area. Really? Have to do it in a specific order? That makes no sense. And again, it is a power relay, so
You
Yes.
switch the power relays on,
does make
sending
sense.
galvanic energy through the circuits back to the Arboretum.
Because if they're done in sequence, then there's no real way to know if your work is working.
Done it! I'm
I know you've done the prior
One
parts
of
of
my
the
own
sequence.
junior engineers could not have done any better. Those pesky automatons are coming from somewhere, to be sure. If we can find out where, you can stop them at the source. They're right simple constructs without much in the way of free thought. They follow their instructions to the letter. Can you go get that cogitator circuit from one of them? It should lead you back to where it came from.
Oh, and there we go. Now we've got the double quest for the Watermaton. I still got my myth trap prisms. Oops. Oh, sure, why not? Gonna need another turn. Maybe I should have just put the prisms on them even though it's not necessary. Pass. Wasn't expecting them both to pass. Area has had more quest fails than almost the entirety of Act 1. Oops. Hopefully that didn't stuff anything up. This works. I really was not expecting this area to take this long, and it is purely because of quest fails.
study the cogitator circuit. It's difficult to read, but you think the instructions lead back to the conservatory.
Conservatory. Where in here does it look? Send.
You examine the doors. They're sealed, but you can see the signs of hydrobot tracks leading outward.
Yeah. Well, at least I had warning for that. If that had come out of nowhere, I don't think I'd have been able to stop the sound as much. And no one really wants to sneeze right into a microphone.
Outstanding! They're not even scratched. This is a wonderful opportunity to further the art of construct engineering, so I'd like to beg another moment of your time. One of those curious rough aquatic constructs is named Amphibiton. It resides in a crystal reactor. This Amphibiton seems to have greater independent thought, more so than its lesser counterparts.
Could you dismantle Amphibiton and bring me back its postulator gear? I'd like to take a look at what makes it so unique.
Time to go defeat Amphibiton.
The conservatory, eh? Bad news for certain. It's been sealed for some time now and surely won't be easy to get into. Getting into the conservatory will be a right bit tricky and will take a bit of hard work. So far as I can tell, it needs 3 different power sources, one from each of the celestial energy types: sun, moon, and stars. To the best of my knowledge, the best place to get that kind of energy is in the celestial fountain, smack dab in the middle of the Arboretum. Once you gather 3 power cores from the Watermatons, take them to the fountain and put them where they seem to fit. That should do the trick.
Where they seem to fit. Not put them in this specific spot to get it up and running. Just put them where you think they go. Hopefully there's an area that's just Watermatons. Like one of these side areas is just Watermatons. I doubt it though. Like they're probably both also a mix of Aquabot and Watermatrons, or they're just Aquabots.
Detect incoming aggression. Assessment considerable threat. Reaction destroy.
You're welcome to try. Oh no, he's got 4,500 health. Whatever shall I do? Really didn't do much. Yeah, that is something you'll see a lot. The way to make bosses and general enemies harder as the worlds go on is just to have them start with a lot more pips. Like, I'm pretty sure it's by Chrysalis. They started with full bars. I don't actually remember if it starts like that earlier. You know what, just to be safe, we'll do that. Why couldn't you be a water baton? Watch, I crit on the boss. Yep. I crit on both of them, actually, by the looks of it. Now to go investigate where everything is. If I go up here, just aquabots. And if I go over here, oh cool, just automatons. Take that. Take that. Turn around and take both of these. Really? You don't give me my 40% straight up? Yeah, what just happened to my voice there? Really are throwing out some weird spells. Got one more quest from Race. This would be powering up, I'm pretty sure, so it looks like 5 more inclusive from, wait, was it inclusive or? Yeah, 5 more inclusive with, Montgomery. Did I get 2? Yes, good. And then we're done with this area. Then it's over to the Crustacean Empire, which, if I remember correctly, is long. Hopefully I don't fail pip the next one and this will be over quickly. but of course he's got to hit me too. Or at least do a spell. Why did I have to say anything? Phoenix. That's an interesting one. Considering you're not fire. Let's be honest, out of any spell, Phoenix should be a damage over time. Like, it effectively dies when it hits once, then it rebirths and hits you again, then it rebirths and hits you again. Like, that should be a... I was going to look at something. What was I going to look at? Oh yeah, that's what I was looking at. Pets. I think I'm gonna actually switch back to this one, because I don't use the spell, the Lord Humonga Frog anymore. This one gives me Power Pip, and it also has the May cast Balance Blade. I would prefer if it also had energizing battery, but oh well.
You place the power cores into the alcoves for the sun, moon, and stars. A moment later, a key materializes above the fountain. You take it, but something about it doesn't look right.
This just be the key to the toilet. Okay, let's get our final one from Grace.
Amazing! I hope it wasn't too difficult to procure this. Now let me place this into the steam wincher I've been modifying.
Activating, analyzing, calculating, mode hostile, goal destruction, action escape.
Oh my! What have I done? Praxis was meant to be the perfect servant. Now he will destroy us all. He'll need to charge his batteries. He's only got a partial charge. If he regains full power, we're doomed. He must have run into the crystal tower in the center of the dome. You must stop him.
What happens when you put an evil chip into something that's meant to be a servant?
Did you get a key? Let's have a gander at it, shall we? Oh, no. This key's damaged. The flanges are misaligned, see? It won't be taking you anywhere in the shape it's in. The best bet for fixing that key is to use some proper Marlebonian tools and parts to make sure it goes right. Can you go back to the research station and fetch some gearworks from the construct assembler? Those will do nicely, thanks.
This should be the Praxis one.
Detection, incoming threat, assessment highly dangerous, goal destroy.
Oh, that makes sense. That's an unfortunately loaded deck. Oh well, see what we can do. So that we get rid of 2 this round instead of just the 1. I mean, so long as he doesn't have the negative 80 shield, we should be good. What have we got left? Parts is parts, cracking the books, crystal fight, and pieces of the sun. That is just collect the gearworks. Okay, that's easy. Go into this conservatory and grab some books. That is easy. Then... okay. Then it's do at least 3 fights. And then it's just go to the sun portal. We may as well just say we're done with this area. Do I chuck it next round or... Now I'll do the 3rd blade. Also, I completely forgot to look further into the battle hotkeys, see if there is a way to actually select. Like, there should be. It really doesn't make sense for if you're able to select the cards with your keyboard. Why make it so that selecting a character requires the mouse, when you just use the mouse to select the card? Cool, there's Grace is done. We should be able to get enough health on our walk over. Might even get it all. Is that all of it, or are we missing just a little? Just a little. Was that 93? Taking me. Okay. Go, that's Grace's quest line done.
You saved us all! Back to the drawing board, I suppose.
And there's a level up.
These'll do nicely. Give me a moment and I'll get this little widget sorted out. It's done, so now you can breach the doors and see what lies inside. The next step is to head to the conservatory and see what hides inside. We still don't know the secrets of Celestian know-how. Until we rectify that, we're still but wee babes in the woods.
That didn't crack like it normally does. $108,000 more experience, and then we go to
works like a charm.
Atlantia, I think it is. I have a feeling I'm gonna fail Pip again. It always just seems like if I start with a regular Pip, then I'm gonna end up needing to do 3 turns before I can throw it. Haha, get reverse psychology, game. Like this entire building just for that tiny stack of books. It's not a... I guess it is a relatively small building. Yeah, I may as well grab that. I almost wonder if it would have been quicker to use that teleporter back to the hub and then teleport back out to here.
You look like your head's full of a strange new learning. Did your reading go well? While ye were hitting the books, I did some studying on my own. I believe I know
You were hitting the books, I studied the blade.
The pathing routes on their cogitator circuits spell it out that they're originating in the crystal reactor. The crystal reactor is in the next dome over from this one. A locked tower at the heart of all the Celestian power array. The books you read told you how to open the gates to the tower. Now you must go there and confront this buddy and give him what for.
Okay. This is basically the last quest of this area. Because it's just turn it back in and then go back to the hub. The survey camp, is it? No, it's base camp. Survey camp was the first area we went to.
You examine this hydraulic channeler. It uses the type of fuses installed in the water matons.
Because it is the one that's on the other side that you have to battle. Right. But that's where the lizard was. Maybe it's on the other side. I mean, there is a chance I get them both, but it's a very low chance. That one. Around that one. There it is. I was right. Okay, let's try and get 2 automatons. There is no way to get 2. What about in the one out here? I feel like I'm gonna somehow accidentally pull 2 ice ones. Dislike, and by really dislike I mean it's a minor annoyance. When an area that looks like it's populated by one type of creature fills in with a different type of creature purely because the spawn cap was hit prior to that, and that's why it only looked like there was one type. So, luckily, the majority of the next area is filled with aquabots, so we don't have to run around trying to get 2 of those. I just hope we get the drops from both of these. Hey, cool. Now we go activate the other channeler, and no wait, we have to go activate this first channeler properly. Then it says go across and do the other side. Because what's the point in collecting the fuses if you don't then put the fuses in?
You install the fuses into the hydraulic channeler, but the power is still only half what it should be. You should also check the hydraulic channeler on the far side of the reactor.
Oh. Let's see. No reagent spawn on this side. Cool. Makes this a little quicker. Wrong one.
You examine the hydraulic channeler, but realize it needs a new set of fuses like those used by the Aquabots.
Well, it just so happens to be Aquabot's radio. There we go. I think that stretch did what I wanted it to. Okay, so I just counted, and in the Crustacean Empire, including side quests, there are 22. So far in the last hour, we have done 16. So we should be able to get that done before the 3-hour mark.
You install the second set of fuses into the hydraulic channeler, restoring the telluric flow to the gate control. Now you can use the gate control to get access into the crystal reactor.
Yes, and this gate controls right at the base of the door. Does seem that way. Or not. Ah. Oops. That was the wrong one. Of course. I still tried it even though I didn't think it would work. Wonder. Let's go. It's spelled. I don't think so, but is there a spell multi-hit that does more than Orthrus? But surely we get to a point where we need that. It looks like Celestian Calendar and Arcturus are both single hit. That's not good.
You throw the switch and can immediately hear the gate unlock at the entrance to the crystal reactor.
Huh. Interesting. Did not know those spells existed. There's a spell to... The next quest spell from Cyrus is Shift, which is push 1 damage over time to target. There's Dimension Shift, which is swaps all charms, wards, and overtimes effects with minion. There's a Sanji,
Who you be?
which
You
is a
not
different
welcome down here. My
minion.
fish spot's weak, but my glump no weak. My glump strong.
McGlup needs to stop talking in the third person. Yeah, that should be fine. It's like Celestial Calendar, Arcturus, Mystic Colossus does, hit all, but it does less. That's from the quest of Purchase Snatch, which is House Call. Does a lot, it summons a minion. Sake Charmer has the potential to do more, but also it's divided amongst enemies. Scion of Myth is single hit. Tatsuworm Terror is a lot less damage and also confuses enemies, so it doesn't really help with Western Solo, Variant Saga, single hit, Improbable Gaze is single hit, Drop Fury is a lot less, but also only takes 3 pips and a fire power pip. Well, fire arc mastery pip. And Thoth
As Maglump is
is
defeated,
single hit.
he drops a piece of the
Okay,
portal
so
to the
no.
solarium.
It seems like this is the best myth multi-hit.
The phoenix is the flame that cannot die, a beacon of extinction and of fiery renewal. It is the sign of hope in the darkness, vigor where fatigue has set in. It is a rallying sign.
That makes sense. I thought that was the second tier of authors. Okay, back to Montgomery we go. The fuck? The hell was that noise? Is there anything? I'm guessing those weren't like that earlier and there was just everything turning on? Hey, Montgomery.
What a strange little creature, eh? I wonder who or what set him up to such deviltry. I cannot thank you enough for what you've accomplished here, and in such a short time. Now that you've got what you're after, I assume you'll be on your way back to Celestia Base Camp. You can now restore the portal with those, and pass along my greetings to Miss Benchley, will ya?
Not a bad thing. That's my current one. The damage and block chance are a lot better than having neither of them. Let's see. Ogden. Here's your bloody tea set.
Wonderful. I cannot wait to put it to use.
The bloody, what's it called? Mana wisps. Let's go back up to the floating lands, hand it to Pierce. Because I think he might give me a new one. If I'm not mistaken.
Excellent work. I'm happy to proclaim you as a Grandmaster Artisan. Continue to craft with pride.
Okay. It was just do this one thing. Still have to do these if I can be bothered, because I really don't need that blade just yet.
The pieces of the portal snap into place as if they had never been missing.
And back to Edith.
You're back! And it looks as if your trip met with success. I am thrilled beyond measure. You've accomplished what we couldn't. The solarium is almost open to you. Go on, go on. You may be the first living being to have set foot in that ancient place.
Or beyond the solarium portal. Someone opened up the Trail of the Spheres. To the Crustacean Empire. Alright, these guys aren't enemies. There's a shell over there.
Hold, stranger. Your reputation precedes you. The Piscean guard from the carved caverns spoke in fear of the strange wizard who defeated them. I am your ally if you will aid my people against the Pisceans and the Lothians, two tribes of savage barbarians. My name is Nestor. I am the advisor to Pontus, Emperor of the mighty Crustacean Empire. The Crustacean Empire was once great, and our wisdom was famed throughout the sea, but our allies have betrayed us. Can you go and defeat a number of Pisceans and Lothians? That will send a message that things must change.
I too. The next level of authors. Not going to be getting that this world. And I assume that what's it called? When we go to Zafaria, it's going to be giving me like Medusa or treasure card recipes, eh? What treasure cards? Why would you give me a worse authors. Why would I want that? Whatever. Let's defeat this weird little fish. I don't think the second one wouldn't show up. Yeah, so we have to do the... what is it? 4 battles here. And the next quest doesn't have any battles. Then it's defeat 1 angler. Then it's defeat a boss. Then it's talk to people. Then it's collect. Defeat 1 Piscean. Defeat a boss. And that's the first half of this area done. Okay. I do assume that there's a place where anglers and Pisceans are together, but I can't be bothered finding it, so... Begin with the weird spider spells. Okay. We did still fail, Pip, but at least it was only the once. Congratulations, little anglerfish. You've damaged me more than some bosses have. Either way you are. Just stop. It was auto moving for little. Ah. Nice. That's unfortunate. I do wonder, when it will be that I'm allowed to stretch properly again. Because it's been almost 6 weeks since my surgery. And I'm still not allowed to stretch that arm fully. I wonder when. I'm going to assume after my 8-week follow-up. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be missing a day in a couple weeks again. Grab the kelp. Defeat more Pisceans. So I'm assuming the dialogue for the next quest is going to be, we need to get rid of the weapons that the Pisceans are using, which is why we have to come in and grab these. There always seems to be one steal the weapons quest per world. Now that I'm saying that, I don't actually think that's true, because there's none in Wizard City. There might be one in Crocotopia. Don't think there's one in Marleybone. There's almost definitely one in Mushu. Pretty sure there's one in Dragonspire. I know there's one in Grizzleheim. I know there's one in Wintertusk. Don't think there's one in Wisteria. Ring of Rare Origins. I forgot to sell my gems again.
Already I can sense a new current is on the way. My people lived in peace with the Pisceans and the Lothians for many years. But now we're in danger from them. They began by raiding our armory and taking from us all of our weapons. Without them, we'll have no means of defending ourselves. Can you look around and see if you can recover our weapons from where they've been taken?
Okay, not quite. I would assume there's more further up. Yep. Really thought that stutter in their movement was them pulling me into a battle. Cool. Well, that was easy.
Now that we've got our weapons back, we can defend ourselves. Recently, the Lothians looted the treasury of the Crustacean Empire, taking from us most of our gold and jewels. Mere gold is not important, but they stole the most important of our artifacts, a ring called Neptune's Seal. All of our emperors have worn it as a sign of their authority, and without it, we're lost as a people. Can you find which of the Lothians took it and restore it to me? Can you find Neptune's seal and take it from the Lothian that took it?
See a thing related to starfish, thing related to a catfish. Also apparently an island called Lothia. But that's just a surface level look. Don't need that, don't need that. Yeah, we'll do that. But I didn't see anything in relation to anglerfish, so... Do we get it first try? Yes, we do. Well, that's good. Not really a point in resetting my deck when I know I'm gonna have to battle more of the
I will see
Pisces
this is
soon.
returned to our Emperor, and that he knows who recovered it. The Lothians are led by a rebel named Nuncio. He guides them in their rebellion against the Crustacean Empire. We tried to meet with the Lothians and make peace, but Nuncio and his thugs attacked. And there are Lothians who want peace, but they won't be hurt unless Nuncio is convinced to talk to us. Can you go to Nuncio's cavern and see if he'll listen to reason?
He won't listen to reason, but he's gonna probably listen to force. I say why bother setting up my deck when I know I'm gonna battle Myth again? Because I've got to battle a boss in between. Battle the boss. This is what I was doing earlier when I tried to load my character. There we go.
Who's they? If the crustacean sent you, I'm gonna send you home in a cave.
Ooh, that was definitely a good threat. How much health you got? 3,400. It's not bad.
You wouldn't listen to reason at all? How troubling. You have proven yourself a true ally, and the Emperor will be pleased at what you have done. You should speak to your strange friend Sir Thurston Plunkett to learn more of our people and how great our empire is.
So this is where the things are. I really don't know why this is a loading zone. I guess it's purely to stop you from being able to access it before you get to this point.
So good of you to aid these crustaceans, poor souls. They're not much when it comes to empire building, but they do try. Still, though, a darker power is at work, greater than any threat this world has seen. I fear that Morgana has returned. Before the cataclysm, she was refused Celestia's magic, but now I fear we have inadvertently opened the door to her. We haven't much time. She must be stopped before she claims the secrets of astral magic and seizes control of the spiral. You must get to the bottom of this revolt. I feel the Pisceans and the Lothians are her dupes. Go into their city if you can. You should try to pay honor to their emperor over there. Let him make some proclamations and feel important, will you?
Uh-huh.
Greetings, surface dweller. I am the leader of the Crustacean Empire, the mightiest empire to have ever existed. We have been betrayed from within. The Pisceans and Lothians were once our loyal allies. Now they have turned against us.
Why does your head look like that?
As an emperor, I could order you to aid us, but I will humbly ask this favor. Would you speak to Senator Xanthus in the Senatorium and see what aid you might grant to our great empire? The Pisceans and the Lothians have seized parts of our great capital city, which we made completely by ourselves. Someone must be behind this. Emperor Pontus, leader of the Crustacean Empire, has spoken. As it is said, so shall it be done.
Okay. All right. I forgot how much of a trick it was. Okay. Mainly because I can't be bothered walking through that loading zone again. I think the lizard's somewhere around here. Don't remember 100% though. Oh, hey, there's someone in my realm. Through this chamber as well. And we're finally here.
Oh, good. So the Emperor finally decided to do something about this mess. The Lothians are the most unpredictable of the forces at work against our people, but they have a curious weakness. The smell of a certain type of sea mold full of vitamins makes you powerful when you eat it. It would be a big help if you could gather some of this sea mold to help us in our fight against the Lothians.
Where is this sea mold? Chocolate. Did we get anything good? Probably not. How to try and find this sea mold? It can show up at least a little on the map as to where it is. I saw your name back there. Guessing I could sell you all my jewels? What with recipes? The Cosmic Chris. Eh. None of these are going to be better than the one I have. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is...
That's just what we need! The Pisceans have long kept the Lothians in check by using carved shell horns. The sound of them frightens the Lothians. If we could get some of those Piscean shell horns, we could use them to weaken the resolve of the Lothian thugs. Can you do that for us? Can you go to the crustacean halls and get some shell horns from the Pisceans there?
That still only show the Pisceans as there. I can know there's other places they are, but this is the most consistent. Could I have switched my thingo over to Senator? Probably. Into my Esther. At least return to Monkit. all the way. Oh. Don't know why that badge ran away so quickly, but... Sea mold right there.
Those will certainly make a difference. Time to strike while the iron is hot. The leader of the Lothians is named Glauco. He's hiding out in the Senate chamber. I've sent word along that we have a wizard who is going to trounce him. Eat that sea mold and wait for the effects to kick in.
You eat the sea mold. It smells terrible and you feel a little sick. And now you feel a lot sick.
Great! I can see from your face that you're ready to rumble. My men will sound the shell horns to announce you're on your way.
And go speak to Grace. You've seen that multiple times too. Right after we'd spoken to her and went over to Montgomery was one time. Then speaking to that guy said go to Grace.
Hey, what's that smell? I hear some puny little wizard from the surface is gonna defeat me. Let's see him try.
Pretty sure this light of the spiral is for a different quest. Yeah. Where's the lizard in here? Because I know the books with Mako. Mako? Probably Mako because he's a shark. Ah. It's in Calypso's area by the looks of it. interesting that the map of the Crustacean Empire does not have its teleporters updated, despite the page having been updated since that change went into effect. I didn't even realize this little thing was a boss. Oops.
Oh, you got the wrong guy. I was set up by the Shadow Weavers. They was calling the shots. I was just a patsy.
Was this the double boss that I failed because I... Yes, it was. So, when I was coming through on my storm one, the bosses were a lot more difficult, they had a lot more health. 2, I took out Glauco, died to the Warlord, came back in, defeated the Warlord, then had to do the battle again because the quest was specifically for Glauco, meaning that because he wasn't the last one killed, or at least he wasn't killed in the instance that completed the quest, it didn't count. Which was pretty annoying. Just like this next thing's gonna be
Oh, the Shadow
a bit
Weavers were
annoying.
responsible. It's as I expected. The entrance to the Solarium is within the Barbican, the capital of the Crustacean Empire. The secret to the Astral School of Sun Magic is within the Solarium and must be kept from Morganth at all costs. If the Lothians are working with the Shadow Weavers, that means that Morganth can't be far behind them. You must go to the Solarium and recover the Son of Celestia before she takes it for herself. The Crustaceans haven't let me enter the Barbican. Maybe Nestor will tell you how to get in and past the Pisceans.
Where's this Senator Xanthus? So why was it telling me to go that way for Nestor?
The Barbican has been taken by the Piscean guards when they seized control of our government. Now we're locked out. If you want to find a way in, you'll have to find out how. Maybe the Pisceans will tell you.
Tell me. $800. Guess it'd be in the Senate. Yeah, so bring up the old map. It used to just be the teleporter here and the teleporter here. Now you've got the one by the Senator here, so you don't have to do the full walk around. You've got one leading into, I'm guessing, Calypso, or maybe that's the upper level. Which is why this is called the Senate proper. Whereas this one's to the Senate. Okay. Oh. This guy.
I don't mean to trouble you further, but your assistance would be quite useful. A rather odd fellow named Nelek was asking for help, but wouldn't explain what he needed. He's not far from here. Can you find him and lend a helping claw? Anything to quiet him.
I wonder why this guy is in a sigil room. Ah, well, I'm sure there's nothing to think about with that.
Wonderful! Help has arrived! You have been such a staunch ally to our cause. I hesitate to ask you for your aid, but I must. I'm an envoy to the Passians and the Lothians, and while on a peaceful mission, my charter document was taken. The Passians could have used those to gain a passage past the crustacean guards and cause the immense trouble. Can you retrieve my charter document for the Passians who took it? And don't listen to anything they say. Passians are notorious liars and probably don't know anything to begin with.
Mm-hmm. When someone tells you to not listen to what someone has to say, you should probably listen at least a little to what that person has to say. There are 4 of the quick ones. The quick ones and look like only 2 of them regular. Oh, we got another shop key. It really is weird that none of the quests register these guys. At least until you get close. So after this battle, we should hear what the Pisceans have to say about, Nalik. Because I started 10 minutes late today, I don't know whether I'm going to cut the break between episodes down to 20 minutes, or if I'm going to cut the second episode down. Well, that would be depend entirely on what we're doing at the end of it, or finish 10 minutes late. That'd be pushing it with the recording I have to do afterwards, ending at 2:40 and having to have it done and uploaded by 4. I actually have something to eat for lunch today, so maybe I will do the break as a normal time. I mean, depending how the next hour goes, we might even end this one a little early. need to check out is why...
The Pisceans confess that they've been locked out themselves. A group of strange pirates has taken the Barbican.
Why does my Storm character have such low power pip chance? We're going back to Nalik here. Hide that for now. Got nothing on the hat. Got nothing on the robe. Got nothing on the boots. Got nothing on the pet. Got the one on the wand, obviously. Equal on the blade. None on the amulet for either. And missing 5% on the ring. They're really only 5% under me, not counting the 3 I just got from my pet. 68. And this gives me 3%. So, yeah, I guess it does work out.
Great work. If they said anything about me, don't believe it. Even worse than losing my charter was the loss of my staff of office, the Scepter of the Tide. It has considerable power and could be used against the Crustacean Empire. Those thieving pirates of the Calypso took it from me when I was asleep. Can you go and demand it back from them? Disregard anything they may say. Pirates are even worse liars than Pisceans.
And you should definitely listen to what is being said if they say 2 people should not be listened to. Specifically if it's 2 groups of people. Sea Buddha. Go like that, go to the Barbican teleporter. Ah, this was the one that was upstairs. Out of Barbican. Equal distance. All the Pisceans in this area, Centurions? And this is why I went back to Nalik. Between parts of Nesta's quest. Yeah, there we go. Authoress.
This pirate doesn't know much. He tells you to talk to his leader, Lieutenant Defoe.
Okay, Defoe.
Who be ye, and how'd ye get through me men?
Quite easily.
From the looks of you, you're seeking a way into the Barbican, am I right? I am Lieutenant Defoe of the good ship Calypso, a pirate vessel sunk in times ago within these very waters. We're pleased to help you get where you needs to be, if you can lend us a hand in return. The Piscians and their lackeys, the Lothians, have been giving us a wee spot of trouble as of late. Could you gather for us the power modes from some downstellar protectors? We have need of them.
Okay. Can I grab that pearl? Most of them don't have pearls in them, that's why I thought I could. And now we'll just run around to the teleporter, collect the power motes on the way, jump to Nestor, jump back to Nellic. Is there really only one on the way? Okay. Are there more in here? Yes. Alright, this is where Thingo is. I would have thought there'd be more of the Thingos down this way. Guess not. Should be the last part of the first side quest. Let's see, shot in the dark, X marks the spot, finding the way, Queen Calypso, treasure this, make a deal, final frontier, book loading, disc thunder.
I never thought I'd see it. Again, that is. I mean, I never thought I'd see it again. I've alarming
Triangular
news.
battles.
An imposter has crept into the sanatorium
Boss
and is
battle.
opposing us of me.
Boss battle.
I suspect he's in a cahoots with the Piscians and is working
Boss
against
battle.
the Empire. You must go to my office within the sanatorium and confront this imposter. Do not listen to his lies.
Now that's 3 things that are apparently going to lie against you. I really should have just whacked him over the head right there. Have you fixed yourself? Okay. Interesting. Why is that one a sigil but this one isn't?
What's this? Who are you and what are you doing in my office? What's that? That scoundrel Nellick sent you. He's no senator. He's a traitor to his people. He's been trying to weasel his way into my office for some time. I never thought he'd stoop to violence. I'm the true senator. My name is blazoned all over my office. Can't you read the crustacean? You can't let him get away with his outrage.
Ah, that would be why. I thought Nelly came in with you into that chamber and you battled him there. Never mind. And back we go. Wrong way. I really don't think we're going to be getting this before the 3-hour mark, considering how much battles we still have to do.
You believed them, eh? Oh, well. I'm afraid I can't allow any weaknesses to my crime.
Huh. Well. Can I go first? Of course not. I'm actually going to utilize that. One. That bubble should go away the round that I attack. Well, after the round I attack. Assuming I don't decide to chuck the trap onto him, just in case. That would be why I chucked the bubble around me. It is weird that none of the Celestians use astral magic. Or at least very few of them do. In fact, I think it may only be the Celestians. Like, you had people in Pigswick using Celestial magic. Really? Okay. You didn't want to get just a little bit more damage out of me? crabs, eh? Well, there goes one of the side quests. I did not realize that was going to be a 4v1. Teleporter hub. Grab the health wisps that are always here. There we go. Then we want to go to Outer Barbicle. Grab this Stellar Protector and that one again, that way don't have to try and find where the others are. Now, I know I said I wanted to finish Celestia today. However, I can't do the bonus stream this weekend of grinding out Atlantia if I don't do it at least once on camera. Like, in actual episode. So, I will have to do that at the start of the next episode. Depending on how long that takes, depends on how long,
just what the doctor ordered.
how far into
These
Celestia I'll
barrels
be able
will
to
make
get.
fine cannonballs for when it comes to broadsides. When we first were stranded down here, the crustaceans struck deep into our hearts. They took our treasure. They claimed they'd destroy our gold if we made a move on them, so we're stymied. It's been peaceful ever since. But from the sound of things, now they're in need of help from the crew of the Calypso. If we can get our treasure back from the crustaceans, we'll happily lend our swords to their cause.
And you know what, let's just save a little bit of time with walking.
The treasure of the Calypso? Oh my, the Lothians took that a while ago. They hid it somewhere and courted the map that showed where it was buried. Each of the pieces was given to a trusted Lothian. If you defeated them, you might find the 4 quarters of the map.
But my thing about doing Poseidon at the start of the next stream is that is entirely dependent on if we actually get enough experience to level up. This would be, what, X marks the spot. That'll give me 37. Then Finding the Way, which has a boss battle in it, and going to several different locations. That's 46. Book Learning and Distant Thunder. 38 and 68, 90 respectively. I go pay a visit to Thurston after I defeat these. These are both from the myth one. We got one. I do wonder if I were to say, take us back down to, yes, I suppose I could. With how easy they've made Celestian now, well, this round wouldn't. If I were to take us back down to Earthquake, enchant that with Gargantuan, or whatever it is, one blade would take them out. Because that'd be... Really? Okay. You know what, let's just do that. Because it'd be what? 300 something plus the Gargantuan. Just say about 600. That plus the blade plus my base myth boost. And it may be able to do things at least around quicker. So that's... yeah. $370 plus $225. That's $595. Plus 70 odd. Plus 40. Of course. That sounds about right, and I'm gonna get 2 power pips now. Why not? Really? You're gonna scold me? Yeah, I didn't even take into account criticals. How much do we need? 13. Let's go speak to Thurston because we need to do that anyway.
The Celestians wrote at length about their world. The mysteries of the Solarium must be documented somewhere around here. Even in the field, never underestimate the role of good old-fashioned book research. Can you take a look around and see if you can find any books or other references to the Solarium? Check the Sanatorium and the Barbican if you can gain entry.
it's in... the fuck? So Senate proper. Going to this one again. Because it's round the back. I just had to make sure that it wasn't, it wasn't, like, ordered.
Bartleby and Grandmother Raven each set a gleaming sphere in the sea of darkness. Bartleby's was golden and burned bright and lit the sky. Raven's was silver and cold, but could not pierce the dark. And it was said that Mithraya, the avatar of the sun, came to Celestia and commanded a mighty hall be built.
Why did I have to go to the Barbican then? So those did in no way tie together. Weird. Come on, I'm on a time limit. Here we go.
Fascinating. You must be Baelstrom's favorite student.
I'm not even Bellstrom's student.
While you were away, I cast a spell I found in one of the scrolls from the Astral Archives, and something went wrong. I heard a strange crashing and a shriek from that cave over in the distance. Can you please take a look and see if everything is all right and no one was hurt?
I trust you actually wanting to go that way. That's what I thought. That is the exact cave I thought it was. And what is interesting about this is that... Oh wait, no, book limit. That's been a different quest I was thinking of. One where you actually do have to explore part of the Barbican. Oh, right, that'd just be finding the way, the next main story quest.
Who's the come crashing into my cave? And we're gonna find the one who cast that spell and give her what for?
Because it's a boss and we need the extra turn anyway. Eclipse storm, that could hurt. Ah, it's bats again. You know, I wish that on boss pages on the wiki it would tell us what their power pip chance is. Like, it tells us what their crit chance is, so why not just tell us how likely they are to get power pips? I've got Sharktooth. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a pin before. Also, why would you have a myth accuracy thing that myth people can't use? It would have been quicker to go the other way, okay. Now I know that for sure. Actually, would it? Actually, I think it might be about the same. I really don't know why it's been so slow today, because if I bring up look at that, 95 plus download.
Oh dear, I feel terrible.
And the usual 15 to 20 upload. So it's not like I'm lacking in internet. In fact, my internet's been fixed since it was last time this week. This time last week. That was an interesting flub. Ooh, we got some Aether. Do we have to battle that, with a big Bart or something? Crickets. Going to assume not, considering it's not even a guaranteed spawn.
You found where the treasure is hid? It's not ideal, but it's a sight better than empty hands. I can make hide nor hair of this map without a compass. Can you help find our compass from where it was taken? We've heard tell that a Piscean commander named Acastus Hexfin had it in his keeping. He patrols the barricade. The terrace, the mezzanine, and the concourse are his usual haunts.
Hey, there we go. Hey, look, here's the lizard. Don't know how I haven't grabbed that till now, but... hang on. Okay, never mind. That Light of the Spiral. Is that not the same one that we grabbed from Glauco's chamber? I just saw that up by the... Is that why it told us to go to the barbican?
No sign of a Castus hexfin here. A Castus hexfin isn't here either.
E.
No sign of a Castus hexfin here.
Except for, you know, the fact that there's a place called Hexfin Hideout. So we did manage to level up, which means that we're starting the next stream with the, Poseidon. Which does mean that during the break I'm going to need to load up Pandora.
Did those waterlogged old buccaneers send you after their compass? I'll send you back where you came from.
Add that one back in. Because he's ice, so that should be more health. Can I go first? No. That was a new noise. Could beat them dead. If not, I might struggle a little. Yeah, you do that. Just think, that would have been double tower shield. Not that it would have saved him, but it would have been double tower shield. Oh, damn. did question whether it'd be enough. Now we need to wait till we have enough pips again. You know what I haven't seen in ages, and probably jinxed myself by saying I haven't seen a weakness in a while. Not really necessary, but okay, so we've got 4 more quests after we defeat this guy. One of them is, well, 2 of them is a boss battle. I'm pretty sure one of them's a dungeon. Yeah, because you gotta go speak to Calypso. She then tests you to see if you're strong enough. Then she sends you to go get their treasure back, which is the second quest, which is just upstairs by the other teleporter. Then it's go defeat General Marco. The problem is you've also got to defeat 3 other bosses before you unlock him, I think it is. And also there's a couple other quests. Is he in the solarium? No. Possibly? Or is he in the barbicle? He may be in the barbicle proper. Can I has that? Nope. Yep, got stuck on the scenery. Can I grab one of them? Yes.
You got our compass back. It's a little bent and dinged up, but it still points true. While you were away, I had a word with our captain, Queen Calypso. She shares the name of the ship. She said she'll help you, but only if you can prove your mettle in battle. That means you must cross swords, or wands, or what have you, with Queen Calypso herself. She's a wily one. Won't be an easy mark, so best of luck to you. She awaits you at the bow of the ship.
What did I say? Oh. Well, that would have been nice to know. Yeah, see, a lot of the spiral. And there's Citricia. And there's where Marco is. If I'd have known that... I was gonna say I'll finish here and then start the next episode with the Calypso battle and everything. But this is a dungeon and I need to reload the character to be able to get the Poseidon quest. So yeah, there's not really a point in doing that than having to come back into here.
I am Queen Calypso. My ship and soul are intertwined, and I rule these seas. Who are you to challenge me in my place of power?
I just want the book.
The serpent is the clever one, a narrow trickster with eyes that beguile. It is the sign of the hidden threat, of deceit, and the secret trespasser. It is not trusted.
Okay. You've got even less health than the last guy. I don't have to worry about not killing you without a crit. Do I do it just to be safe, or... Yeah, sure, why not? Another Wraith, or... No, natural. There we go, do that. Bring Pandora in, just so things are ready for after the break. Oh, a Sharktooth. Calypso Go-Go.
I am taken aback at your skill with magic. You have won my respect. United, we are unassailable. For long years, the crustaceans feared our intervention. Our time has come! You provided Lieutenant Defoe with a treasure map. It points at the crustaceans' treasure. Only the Lothians would think to hide our treasure back in the treasury from whence they took it. Journey now to the treasury and recover our treasure. If it is restored, we will lend you our blades.
Again with loading Pandora. It did do the same thing where that this one did, where it just said enter in character, would not progress further. But that's where we're going to end this episode of the game. We'll be back on stream in about half an hour, but for the actual YouTube episode, it'll be 12 hours. So with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.